I'm GM. Welcome
GM.
to Skribr X Decoders. And and with us today we have the professor, GMs,
GM
and
guys.
of course Vincent Decoders. Denomics may join us in a little while, but till then, GMs in the chat. Pengzu, I see you.
What's going on, Pengs?
GMV. GMV. Is
Okay.
YouTube working? Is it? Check.
Well,
No?
hmm?
No, we're live. We're live.
I know, it's a good. Hey homie, I checked your video. Seems like you are new in Kick and still not affiliate yet. I got a proposal for you by sharing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, get rid of him. No, we good. Pengzu. Oh, yeah, now I have to reload this.
Oh.
No, the chat. Okay, it's all disappeared now. Awesome. Cool.
So you don't see anything from the chat?
No, I don't see anything from the chat. No.
Let's go. Pengzu, can you send a DM again?
Yeah. Because when you block somebody...
But should not block everyone.
Funny. Yeah, no, but it does something funny to the chat. Anyways, okay. No biggie. I can run blind. That's fine. All right, so let's get into it. Sharky, everybody's annoyed, everybody's upset, except me. But oh, okay. Bye. What are we doing?
I showed the tweet.
Oh, okay. Opening floodgates. What do you think we can do to help our community feel more rewarded? We can certainly 2 or 3x allocation for OGs and sharks holders. We can also 10x it. But wouldn't this just come with more dump and more negative price action? What would you have done if you were us? Please, no need for impossible things. Real advice only. You should have is not useful. What you should have is not useful. You should have is not useful. Yeah, okay, got it. You can is much more so. If you care, I'm listening. Thank you for your advice and for your time. Okay, so for anybody who has been living under a rock for the last 3 days, Sharky had their airdrop. It was highly anticipated. OG holders feel slighted because they basically got one shark. A lot of them, the grand majority of them. The people who did well are the people who read the instructions carefully and borrowed and lent during the farming period. They did tremendous. I am a sharks holder and I got 250 and I made 200 USDC and I moved on with my day. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a decent amount. Okay, I understand the loyal OG users of the platform feel slighted. I understand that they feel like they should have been rewarded from being out ahead from the very beginning. Another big contentious point of it was the Mad Lad situation, that Mad Lads got such a big allocation. And, you know, it was so much more than most OG holders got. And the argument for that was that Mad Lads was doing like, I don't know, some impossible percentage of the volume from the time Mad Lads came out, right? I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, it is annoying. Mad Lads gets a lot of shit that, like, us who've been sitting around hanging out since, you know, Sol was 150 or whatever from the beginning of time, and we've gone all the way down to 8, and Mad Lads came on the scene, and they get a lot of shit that most people don't get. But yeah, if they're doing a lot of volume, I guess they should be rewarded. I just don't have a lot of sympathy for people whining about not getting free money, personally.
100%. I agree. Like if there was a set period that you were going to, that, you know, they said this is the set time period that you can farm within. If you're an OG holder before that, that's essentially not counted anyway. And when you're using the platform, you're using the platform because you want to borrow and lend. You're not essentially using the platform just to farm airdrops, especially before it was announced. People didn't even know there was going to be an airdrop. So, like, people whinging, oh, I got shafted, this and that. Like, just be happy you got some shit and move on. Like, this.
And if you didn't get it, move on to the next one. There are like 15
exactly.
more to go this week alone.
I got hardly any allocation, but it's just like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Mad Lads is they're pretty new. Like, how old are they? Like a year old. The collection. But at the end of the day, if they were doing majority of the volume, then they've got legs to stand on. But also, they're probably one of the best collections on Sol at the moment. And if they've got a big community and people are making noise and all that stuff, of course they're going to get a decent allocation. You know what I mean? If people are complaining, go and buy a Mad Lad. You know what I mean?
As a DGOD holders, it's intolerable that we didn't have allocation, because even if we are on ETH, 100%.
But
it's a joke. It's a joke.
But okay, all right, it's a joke, but also it's a Sol platform, and you're an ETH maxi.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's funny.
That. Yeah. Okay. The thing is, if you do an airdrop, you want to do two things: reward OGs to keep, build their loyalty, and attract new users, recruit too. But if you fail at one, you kill your user base.
Okay, wait.
I don't think they've killed their. What? First of all, they're offering, and they're the premier offering of a loan platform. So I don't think they're going to kill their user base just on the basis that they're the Magic Eden of loans, and they're about to go multi-chain, right? But I do think I understand the loyalty rewards thing. Absolutely, I don't know. It's kind of a complicated issue, but it kind of isn't all at the same time.
As an holder, you don't really control what the team is doing anyway. So if the team fucked up, that's on the team. It's
and
people change the fucking rules all the time. Say again?
Don't Sharky holders get rev share anyway?
No.
Oh, they don't?
Think so.
I thought there was some sort of rev share element to it.
Oh, maybe. I don't
sold.
know. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we do, but I've had 2 sharks, and it's not like I've made a hold.
They destroyed their brand image. That's that could be it.
Yeah, they did, but again, we forgive so much in this space. I'm not worried about them, especially when they go multi-chain.
Yeah, I'd say that's debatable. I wouldn't say personally that they destroyed their brand image, but yeah, they definitely had some controversy surrounding the whole thing. But at the end of the day, you're not going to keep everyone happy.
No one's gonna. But saying that, I mean, Anton's trying there. He's asking for suggestions. He's asking for input. He's trying to make good on it. He understands the dilemma. He understands. I mean, I know that they had there were a bunch of things that created the outrage, not just the allocation. Then they had a space, and it was kind of a thing where it's so who came up with the tokenomics? Was it multi-chain? Because multi-chain was their advisors. Multi-chain said no. They said, well, multi-chain was involved in the tokenomics. I mean, and then there was outrage about this team getting 20%, which again became, team has to make something. I don't know. I don't know. You're more of probably a tokenomics expert than I am, Phil. But
Ooh, I think that's more Donnie.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait and see if Dynamic shows up. But I mean, I don't know. I can't answer the 20% question. Maybe it is outrageous. I have no idea. Is it outrageous?
Sorry, go on.
Who?
Yeah. They got 20% and dumped at market open. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that there. If they got 20% allocation and then just dumped it all on the market, then that's scumbag.
That's crazy.
But what I thought was happening, because I'm pretty sure we read through the tokenomics well before that it was released. This was probably a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I swear they had vesting. I swear they had team vesting.
But he just had a thing where it said team vesting, but I think they pivoted on some of the points since you saw the pitch deck.
What I don't understand is that you make this tweet after, and I think it's coming after the Twitter space itself, right? Like they say, okay, so whatever, we do the space, we get feedback, and then people say, okay, team vesting, and then you have that straight after the tokenomics. So they're changing the fucking tokenomics on the fly after dumping 300,000.
That's amateur hour, you know. I mean,
100%. Like that's if the team got their allocation and they all just dumped it, I think that's, that very poor form from Sharky, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, vesting is not an outlandish concept. It's like most teams use vesting. Like
everyone
used vesting.
Yeah.
Well, they had one of that comment that he wrote was, we can, like that first comment you showed where it said, we could increase the allocation for OGs. Yeah, we could 10x it or 3x it or whatever, but wouldn't that add more sell pressure? But it's like, but your whole entire team is dumping their allocations. Like that's completely contradicting what he said.
Yeah, and I don't understand how like they can make that kind of error.
Yeah, they're smart people. I don't understand either. So and they had advisors, that, I mean, in the grand scheme of advisors, I respect multi-chain, but I think they're all a little bit hokey, somewhat hokey in their advice. But multi-chain's probably one of the top ones, right? So between them and Sharky, I don't know. And then, you always come to this point where things go wrong, where the advisors say that the people didn't listen to the advice and they say that they did. And it just, it's so tired. You're so tired by the end of it because it's how it plays out every single time. So, I mean, it's a shame. It was really highly anticipated. It was the biggest airdrop of the week. And I mean, it still was the biggest airdrop of the week, but on a controversial note, more than like, people being satisfied and pleased. I also thought that the pools made no goddamn sense to me. If we could move on to that.
Go for it.
They just didn't make sense. And like, look, I'm no DeFi expert, but I just reading them, like reading the description that he gave, where he was like, oh, you're going to make 100%, or they put out where you're going to make 100% if you lock up your Sharky. But then when I looked at the pools, you're going to make 3x if you lock it up for 12 months, which under the circumstances was not what I was going to do at all. I was not going to lock up Sharky for a year. Thank you. But I didn't see where that idea of we are going to make 100% in like, I think they said as little as a month. I didn't see where that ever fit into any of those pool situations. And there were so many different pools and so many different strats for it. It was a little bit bemusing.
I didn't look into any of the DeFi stuff, but I'm sure if Denomics jumps on, he can definitely put his 2 cents in there.
Yeah, I saw a tweet about it, like, need to be confirmed, but like you had to put, it was in the group chat, you had to put like the collateral in USD, and if you don't do it like fast enough or something, you lose your collateral. Like, this is some weird shit like that.
Oh no, that I didn't see at all. But I mean, I went to the physical. There was something on Meteora and something else on somewhere else, and there were 3 things on one place and 1 thing on another place, and it just didn't didn't quite miss the mark, I think is the best way of putting it. I do think that, like, I do feel bad, and I said this last night a couple of times, for people like Nepa and Poised, who are a part of the team, but they're not a part of the decision-making process, and they really are the voices of the institution. So they had people in their DMs harassing them and hassling them, possibly, I don't know, threatening them, but I could imagine that was happening too.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel bad for those guys, because in our ecosystem, I think people lose sight of the fact that they're actual people behind the PFPs. So I see where things escalate at an unreasonable pace and in an unreasonable manner, because people lose sight of that. So I did have sympathy for that situation. But but now that we're going through, like, the team allocation and everything, I also see where, like, there was some justified anger. It was just a mess, which, like, it didn't have to be like that. They're a pretty well-oiled machine otherwise. I mean, you know,
I think this is just a minor setback. You know, I think people will get over it, but it's just, like Peng said, it's a little bit of a I don't know, how did he put it? Just not destroy their brand image, but it definitely hurt.
Definitely ding their brand image. But yeah, I think they're going to be all right, because they were already the premier lending platform. They're still going to have the market share. They bumped up their loans in the last 3 months with the farming season, and they're going multi-chain, it sounds like. So they're going to bump themselves up even more when they do that, right? So
following the Magic Eden path.
Yep. So apparently we had another airdrop this week. I wasn't expecting anything, because I did not touch it at all. But Parcel is live, or was live. It parceled me the fuck by, is all I have to say about that, because I didn't even know it happened. So if you have experience with it, please share.
I didn't touch it. Like the real world asset stuff.
I did. I've written a guide on it for Skribr on the website, but I didn't do a great deal of the Parcel airdrop either. There was, you know, we had the dupe, there's heaps of them going at the same time, and it's kind of hard to spread your liquidity out across all, you know, because you're not really, you know, do you get a lot of a couple, or do you get a little bit of all
Everything.
of them, kind of thing? And you know, I didn't end up doing a lot for Parcel, nor did I do a great deal for Sharky either, apart from being seed round investor.
Collecting the L's.
I did really well on the W airdrop. Like, I think I made about 36 grand on the W airdrop. So
I didn't even get the Ute allocation for my one Ute fans. We need to change your mind on RWA. What's RWA?
Real world assets.
Oh yeah. I mean, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Pengzu. I leave that one to you. I've been trying on that one for a while, but good luck.
I mean, there's use cases in real estate, like just cancel all of the lawyers and notary, like the guys who sign up the papers. Yes, I want to buy a house on chain, but like, I see the use case. It's actually a good use case, but I don't know. Like, we are so far from that. Like, we're still fucking trading monkey JPEGs. I don't know.
I mean, I think we're always going to be trading monkey JPEGs, but
also meme coins market is what get the attention, and I don't know. There is like so counter signal of against ROI on the industry. Don't mid curve it. True. Yeah, true. still so far. Yeah, no, 100%. I understand. Like it's cool. It's not where the market is right now. It could be. I want the market to be there too, but it's not what I wish for. It's where the market is focused on right now. You know what I mean? Like I tried, even like with this fucking meme coin wave and stuff, I try to change my mind of not what I want to see, but what is actually happening. And I know Anton tweeted about ARWA assets direction for Sharky and saying like that's what the market wants. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely
So they're
think
going to like a
it'll
pawn
be
shop now? Is that what I heard?
Who knows? But I do agree with things in the sense that, it's probably going to be something in the future. Like BlackRock, a giant like BlackRock isn't going to be investing a lot of money into it if they don't think it's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if cryptocurrency is the future, if if this is the future, which it's becoming, because isn't it Australia that is now? There was something with Australia the other day where they're releasing a cryptocurrency that was something with Australia. Anyways, if cryptocurrency is the future, if everybody's going to have their own e-currency, right, on the blockchain, then of course we're going to have to bridge RWA to the blockchain. You're it's all going to have to bridge.
Central bank digital currencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read something today actually on New Zealand creating one. I'm pretty sure Australia is in a similar spot, but it's more so like they're doing all these tests and everything like that. And if it ends up getting approved or passed into law and stuff, I think I was reading it'll be by about 2030. So still a few years away before something like that comes into circulation. But like, I don't think it's a good idea, CBDCs, to be honest. But they can try. It just gives the governments all the control. Governments have 100% control over your money.
It's the dollar different, like it's the dollar, but like with even less advantages.
Yeah.
But I guess that might also move people to cryptocurrency even more, because like central bank digital currencies are all about. Well, I don't know if they're all about it, but government have more control over it. There's a lot less privacy, and I think people probably get pissed off at that and end up moving more towards actual cryptocurrencies that have somewhat privacy to it.
But what about like they block the swap from CBDC to Bitcoin because fuck it?
Yeah, who knows? Like if they did, block transferring CBDCs to Bitcoin? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they could do that. They probably could do it, but
like if they build the protocol, they can do what the fuck they want, right? Yeah, or they cannot integrate it with like any protocol. They centralize. If they centralize the protocol, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. On Sniper XYZ Mental, I don't know anything about it, but they are starting spaces. SoulQuicks will be hosting them as of today, so you might want to look out for that, and you can ask them there directly.
Okay.
Cool. I'm sure that they will, but I know that they were very focused. I mean, I'm sure it will be soon, but I know that they were very focused on the lolly thing for the last couple of weeks. Okay, so Parcel. Okay. Steppen, it's back, guys. Steppen's back.
Wow.
It's got a. Well, I opened my Steppen. I forgot that I had two shoes. I opened it last week because in the Famous Fox space, Drax was like, Famous Fox has a partnership with them. They're Famous Fox shoes available now. Some of them are pure art, I believe, and some of them are, you can actually step with them. But they have a partnership with Adidas now.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's huge. And Adidas has tried a couple of times to break into Web3, into NFTs, into having things on chain. So this I mean, this seems like a great partnership because they have tried multiple times. So this seems like a great partnership and a great opportunity for them to finally be successful on the blockchain. And STEPN definitely needed a boost of some sort.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think they're really hot on partnerships at the moment. So I hope that works out for them. I guess, I mean, I have to delve into what I'm supposed to do with my shoes. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting for them.
Definitely. Like, it's big for STEPN because, you know, having a partnership deal with a name like Adidas, of course, that's going to be huge, but also good for Adidas, like you said, or Adidas. You guys call them different. You say Adidas, we say Adidas.
Adidas is, I mean, Adidas it's a German brand, so you're actually correct. It's Adidas in German. So, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm translating for America. Adidas.
Yeah, Adidas was huge with the Bored Ape partnership in 21. Was the very successful one between Web2 and Web3. Yeah, but then what?
Right. I didn't know that.
But then what? Like, Bored Ape is still 10 ETH.
Yeah.
I mean, back
you know
then
what I
it would
mean?
have been.
Like, and what about Zara and OKBs, right? Like, yeah, OKBs is still at 4 Sol. I mean,
yeah. Well, the
okay,
Zara
so
partnership and
price,
OKBs made no goddamn sense. So let's skip that altogether. It's like there was this Netflix partnership with Lacoste, and I was like, why would I want Stranger Things on my Lacoste shirt? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I just want the alligator. Like
I don't know. I know where Pezu coming from anyway, because like you like this gaps. Yeah. Okay. Bro, they raised 20 mil for their drop shoes jogging in 8 minutes. Yeah, that's bullish.
What? They raised $20 million in 8 minutes?
But bro, someone with a tweet can do that in 1 hour.
No, but
joking.
also that particular community, the basic community, has stupid money. Let's face that fact. Like, you know, there's people like Eminem and Snoop with them, and you know, and even the non-celebrity ones, they have stupid money. I was in a primarily base C space last night, and it's just the amount of money they've made, the amount of money that BASE itself has made, it's like in the hundreds of millions.
Just look at their royalties, and they would make make like 10, like 50 grand a week or something just on royalties. More than
but like the war chest of Sugar Lab is like billions.
Yeah. The amount of money they made, the holders made from ApeCoin, and now they're talking about doing an ape chain. Like,
but that's why the floor price went to shit, because again, they minted the first collection, then they minted another collection, then the third collection, then ordinal BTC collection, then the token, and as soon as all of that shit dries out, you go back to
so now what they're doing is they're selling off assets because they just sold Faraway, the gaming arm. They just sold that. They're in a consolidation period, which makes sense. But they still have a huge fucking war chest in their treasury. You know, and everybody's down, so you know they wouldn't be immune to that.
But they are going to build a company, and I don't know what's going to happen for the NFT assets. So basically, they leverage Web3 to build a company from scratch, and now they are focused on something. Same as kind of okay, not really, but a little bit. But G Penguins too, right? Like they leverage the community asset, the Web3 community, to do a proper company that sell plushies in Walmart. And I'm waiting for the next Pengzu message to see if I'm triggering in or not. But that's the that's basically. I do not know what's gonna be the benefit of holding a Bored Ape your Yuga Lab asset in the next 6 months if you buy one now. You know, like what did you get back from that? They could
Well,
keep shipping, but like, what are they
They're
gonna
more
do?
of like a status symbol having a Bored Ape. You know what I
Not
mean?
at 10 ETH.
Yeah, but it's just like anything.
I mean,
you
I
know
think
what
it's
mean?
still at 10 ETH, considering that everybody else is at 1 or 2. Do you know what I mean?
They're basically just at a discount. Like you look at those big companies, like you could get a company like Costco or whatever, like end up getting a little bit of FUD around them, and their stock price can fall 30, 40, 50%. Like that sort of stuff happens. It happens once in a blue moon, but I think for Bored Ape Yacht Club it'd be something similar to that, where it's just space-wide FUD, and like V said, they're not immune to that, and I think they'll get back to their status symbol eventually.
Please, Frank.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Being in a Basie space last night with Illa, who is part of the team, and then a lot of people who've been in there a long time. They don't consider that they're not a status symbol at 10 ETH. Like they're all extremely bullish still. Like some of them are talking about buying more. Like that community is very committed, and that's one of the things that's going to pull them through. I also think that Basie is one. They've had billboards all over the place. They've had a lot of IP plays that have worked out, but I think that they're one of the communities or projects that have pulled off IRL events in a huge way. Like, they've had was it Travis Scott? I mean, they have that Ape Fest. They had it in Miami once. They had it in Asia once. I don't know where the other one was, but like, they've pulled that off, and that's something that people want to go to. People are fighting to go to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that they're by any stretch of the imagination dead. I mean, I'm still not interested, but that means nothing. But like, I went to Bunny Space for the first time in forever because I thought, they're down bad. So I was interested to see and hear what they were saying. But with the faraway thing and heavy metals moving away, but just it was really I guess admirable, to see that they were still so bullish on Bored Apes at these prices.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a very strong community.
A strong consumer base.
Yeah, they got a lot of rich people, a lot of people that have hundreds of thousands of followers, like a lot of OGs.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a very strong community.
Yeah, Adidas virtual here.
10 ETH can be considered cheap for what it was, but for the average person, they're not buying a Bored Ape. Like, you know what I mean?
10 ETH is a lot of money for me still, personally.
So I agree.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to put into a JPEG for me. Like, I'm still a RWA girl. I'd put 10 ETH into wine before I put it into a JPEG, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but wine has a guaranteed track record of 8 to 10% a year. So
really,
yeah,
Jesus,
it's my second biggest holding.
Oh,
wow!
It's my second biggest financial holding.
Oh, look who decided to make an appearance.
Welcome. We missed you. We have gone through, just so you know, just to recap, we've already dealt with Sharky. We blew through Parcel, like the Parcel airdrop blew through the ecosystem because I don't know anybody who got it or is talking about it. The only thing, like, let's circle back to Sharky really quickly because we don't know, we aren't tokenomics people and you're more of a tokenomics person. And 20% to the team was a huge point of contention. So maybe you can just walk us through what you think about that in particular.
And before you do that, can you summarize the Sharky launch in one word? Just one word, and then you can explain. Oh, can you hear us? No, I don't think you can hear us. Do you?
Mine's I'm rugging bad.
Oh, no.
You have Australian internet connection. That's such.
It's not TELUS. What is it? It's I forget what that internet's called, but it's terrible.
Bye.
TELUS is Canada. TELUS and Rogers is Canada. What's your internet in Australia?
Main one would be Telstra.
Telstra, yeah. Telstra is terrible.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're also a very big country with not a lot of
people.
People. Well, that should make your internet better, but like there's so much land in between like communication towers and stuff that it makes it tricky. And then just they're places that so few people live that they just don't service those areas.
They spend billions of taxpayers' money on NBN, which is like this new, or it was this new internet service and stuff like that. But you know, Starlink, Elon Musk's Starlink shits all over that. So it's like a complete waste of money.
Yeah, like I was talking to the Helium guys at one stage because I was like, oh, we need to take this to the third world. And they were like, oh, we already have 3 Helium links in Jamaica. Yeah, let's talk about it. And then like maybe 6 weeks later, Starlink showed up and my dad was like, oh, I'm getting Starlink. I'm like, oh, no point. I mean, it could still work, but like, you know, it just wasn't worth pursuing so much at that point.
Definitely.
All right, well, let's get back to it then. Tokenomics is gone.
I think he messaged me, he said he's jumping back on. He just needs to fix it.
So STEPN, Adidas, and Famous Fox, and I'm sure there are other partnerships to look out for. I need to really get into my STEPN wallet and figure out what's going. They for sure are a status symbol after Punks. It's the most widely known collection for good or bad, or for bad.
I agree.
But they are, and Punks is definitely, you know, there's something that they call punk privilege. It's definitely a thing. Like they're like highest top tier. Hi, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. It was just like robots the whole time. I'm like,
oh my God.
Am I loading? Is it coming? Restart.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm late, guys. Yeah.
No worries.
Savings screwed me over.
No worries. So we've already gone through a couple of things. We're gonna circle back to Sharky because that's what we started with. Most controversial.
My bags, guys.
Okay, but I have a very constructive question, and only you can answer it because you're the tokenomics demon. 20% to the team. That was a point of contention. What are your thoughts on that?
It's pretty standard, 10-20% to the team. I think the biggest issue that everyone had with the tokenomics there was the fact that there was no cliff for their 10%. So normally there's like a 6-month or sometimes a 12-month cliff for the 10% for the early 10% before the vesting period, but they had 10% at TGE. So that was, I think, a little bit unordinary for a lot of token drops. I think that's what most people were upset about. But I mean, you look at most other allocations for tokens pre-launch, and 10 to 20% is pretty standard.
Okay, cool. So yeah, the rest. And Vincent's question was, what if you could describe the Sharky airdrop in one word? What would that word be?
Fuck.
No bias as well. Don't fud our bag.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No. In one word, that's hard. I can't think of the word.
2.
Okay.
But I would say could have been better.
I mean, for one word, I would say unfortunate. Like, it just seems like unfortunate what they did.
Look, I don't know if there was an actual fuck up, like something went wrong, or they thought that their decision was good. I don't know. Maybe they didn't do the calculations right. But I mean, we saw the exact thing play out with Tensor, with the big users getting screwed over. And it's just like, man, like you saw what happened. If that was your plan to do something similar, I would have backtracked that, spent an extra day to do the sums, and not end up in the same situation where you upset the majority of the ecosystem. I think the ecosystem is too small to piss off your user base, because the truth is there's not much loyalty. You piss off the majority of your user base, they are going to the other competitor, and you're going to lose a significant market share. It'll take a while to claw back that loyalty. So I think they should have done a little bit more due diligence there with the allocation of the drop. Like I said, I don't know if there was an actual stuff up, because I think they did say that, I think when everyone went to check their tokens and everyone was like, are you serious? This is all I'm getting? I think there was a few statements dropped saying, no, there's an issue, we're fixing it. So I think there was a mistake, but I still don't think everyone really got what they should have got.
There was the announcement I saw was all of these little allocations. That was a mistake. It should have been 0.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was, but everyone was checking their wallets and got 1. I'm pretty sure everyone who checked their wallets and got 1, that was supposed to be 0. But so I don't even know.
But they were like, but we're gonna let it go.
Yeah, they let that go.
It was like a moment of benevolence.
Who said they had spent, I don't know, like 10,000 SOL or 5,000 SOL in volume through lending, and then they got 200 tokens or something, like a real pretty dismal allocation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there was any skew where anybody got a shit ton.
Well, if you played the farming game, like for example, Quicks was saying like he played the farming game and he did the borrowing was weighted higher than lending, so he was doing that. And then every time they put in like if you loaned a shark or if you loaned a this, like you get 2x or it gave you a higher weight. He'd do that. He'd do the multipliers. So he did play the game. So if you played the game, you did get more.
But I don't think many people played the game. I didn't see many people bragging about huge allocations at all.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that a lot of people don't read carefully.
No, they don't.
So that's one thing. And that's on them. I think that the false sense of entitlement is weird. I find it strange. Because
I think that's probably one of the biggest problems is we have this. What do you say? Like you said, the sense of entitlement, this high expectations. I think we've been really lucky and really blessed with a couple of ridiculous drops like Jupiter and Jitto. So people have made, 6 figures on an airdrop, probably more money than they've ever seen in their life. And now they've got this expectation that every airdrop's supposed to make you financially free. And if it doesn't, it's shit. And it's like, man, big break for you. It's $500.
I did understand one element of it. I did understand one element of it whereby OG users felt very slighted because they didn't really get recognized at all and rewarded for their loyalty. But then Mad Lads got this great allocation or whatever.
Two things there. One is OG members almost got disqualified if they hadn't used the platform recently. So I don't know how they skewed it, but it didn't matter if you did a shitload of volume 2 years ago or a year ago. If you hadn't used it in the last 6 months, you got screwed. You got a penalty almost. I don't know how it worked, but basically you had to be a consistent user through their farming period to get decent allocation. The other thing about Mad Lads that's really starting to piss me off, again, nothing against Mad Lads, but seeing one collection get an allocation for everything all the time, it's starting to really piss me off. And it's not because I don't have a Mad Lad, because I never bothered to buy into Mad Lads. It just doesn't seem right to reward one NFT collection It just alienates the whole space because everyone's sort of like, fuck those guys. Why them? Why not this guy? Why not the? It used to always be the top respected collections. It'd be D-Gods, Toyo, SMB, Galactic Geckos, like all the big respected ecosystem partners would get airdrops, and now it's just Mad Lads every time. And I feel like people are just going to be like, it's just become the cool thing to do. It's like, oh, if I'm launching a token, better give it an allocation to Mad Lads. Like it's a requirement almost. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Good for them, but
if the allocation is not like worth $1 million, I'm not even claiming. Why bother, right? Like,
yeah.
But like, I think there's a couple of tweets where OG's Sharky user like didn't get. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's because like they made a shit ton of volume. Like, I see like tweets with like 1,500 of volume and get like
nothing.
Couple of hundred. Yeah, couple of
the
hundred.
same.
That would have been disclosed. That would have
Again?
been disclosed, saying that if the farming period was between here and here, and you had to have, you had to have used the platform within the last 6 months or whatever, or you're going to get penalized. That shit would have been disclosed. So if people are whinging that, oh, I didn't get an allocation and I'm an OG, well, it's like, if you were told to use the fucking platform and you didn't, well, that's on you.
I'm guilty of it because I did a lot of volume back in the day when the NFT market was pretty hot. I was doing a lot of lending, but when it turned to shit and people were defaulting, I'm like this. So I haven't done any NFT lending for at least 6 months.
Which makes sense. But it's also like, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense for the team to say, okay, so if you made like NFT loans before 6 months, in the last 6 months, then it will start to count. But like, if the NFT market is shit, no one is going to use your platform anyway. So you're not going to allocate to the right people like that really understand.
No one's using an NFT lending platform in a bear market because it doesn't make sense. It's not a profitable exercise.
Why they said that, because they want people to use their platform during that time,
But, so to me, when I look at that, I'm like, well, now you're not actually rewarding your original organic OG members. You're rewarding fake members, your fake users, because your fake users are the ones that come in when you offer an incentive. If you all of a sudden say, hey, if you use my platform, I'm going to give you some money, all of those customers, they are fake customers. You bought them. You've bribed them to come and use your platform. As soon as that money is gone, they disappear. They're not your real users. Your real users are the ones that were here a year ago who were using your platform before you even talked about a token. You should be rewarding them because they're the loyalty. So that's my biggest gripe with the way they did the allocation.
Yeah.
And it's the way that everyone's done it. You should reward your loyal organic users, not the ones that come in to exploit the farm.
But like, if you don't do it, then it's even harder to get traction too. Like we see it with like Tensor, like farming season on Tensor is over. So now everyone is getting back on Magic Eden. Magic Eden is getting like 80% of the market. They make nice tweet. And what's going to happen after the diamond drops?
Exactly. It's everyone's just bribing each other to get the liquidity.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a short-term win because Tensor is a really good example. You offer an incentive, you get this short-term win when everyone's like farming your shit, and you can brag about it and say, look at all our volume. We are the best. But as soon as it's dropped and they all piss off, you're now in the mud. You've got no users, you've got no volume, and your token's in the toilet because everyone has extracted and dumped. So like it hurts you long-term. In my opinion, you're sacrificing long-term sustainability for a short-term gain. That short-term gain is, airdrop farm, come and quickly put your money on and farm the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But long-term is your token's in the toilet and you've lost all your users. And you've probably pissed off your OGs.
And that's what's going on with like back to Yuga Labs, right? Again, they launched their OG collection, go to fucking 300 ETH. And then they launched their second collection, which is like diminished return. And then it was like a max 30 ETH or something, whatever. Then you launch the fucking token, and then you go to ordinals, and then you burn all of your cards. And now you go back to 10 ETH. And everyone is bold, or okay, you have ape face, whatever. But you burn all of the cartouche, like shots that you had at growing your community organically. But it's Web3. Everyone is incentivized to make money. If they don't make money, you can have the killer project, but no one give a shit.
That's true. It's a hard balance. Like, I don't think there's a right answer for it. So I look at what Sharky did, and I'm like, yeah, it could have been better, but I still don't think there's the correct answer that would be both beneficial to A, incentivize and drive traffic to your platform, and B, not dump the shit out of your token. Because like, you think about it, you bribe people to come to your platform, it just basically means your token's going to dump. There's no scenario where you can attract liquidity with a bribe and then your token goes up. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Except if you do season 1, season 2, season 3, season 25, like in a row.
I still don't. I think that's just a crock of shit. That's just another. That's just another smoke and mirrors to keep the fucking Ponzi going longer.
But like,
then there's also the argument of like why release the token in the first place? Why do you need it?
Governance.
Governance.
Yeah. Governments that fucking 5% of the community ever do.
Yeah.
I can't wait to vote. Can't wait to vote in the test. It's gonna be amazing.
All right. Speaking of voting, I'm moving on.
Okay.
Speaking of voting, because we only have 7 minutes left. Speaking of voting, round 2 of Jump voting is still live, I believe. We went through the candidates. 3 of them nobody's heard of. I can bring them up if anybody would like them, but the other 3 are Nyan's Heroes, Uprock, and you brought it up. I can't see him. Sanctum. Yeah. But there's Solana ID. I have no idea what that is.
It's an ID for Solana. It's an ID for Solana. You get the ID for Solana.
Yeah, I
know.
No idea.
Sanctum's leading by a country mile.
Yeah, and
that was a shit. Everyone knew that was going to happen.
I think Uprock is
it's a rock really, really high.
Oh my god!
I think Uprock's like grass. I think it's a
Uprock is AI, so you should be on it like Scotch bonnet.
It's internet sharing deep in AI. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Grass.
Follow. Boom.
Yeah.
I think it'll do well. People are already farming it as well.
Yeah, I'm farming it right now.
Get on it.
But you're gonna have an allocation of 1 Uprock, and it will be
no, because rock. It's already it does it as you do it, like it shows you how much you have already, and you get rewards for referrals, and I've actually got rewards in when as well, so you actually see it as you're earning it. So it's different. I don't know what it's going to be worth. That's a whole different story. Everybody will be upset about that as well, but because there always has to be something they're upset about. But you can actually see your live earnings throughout the time that you're doing it.
That no. Fuck. I hate Twitter search, bro.
Solana ID. But if you go to the Dupe site, the Dupe voting thing, scroll up a bit where it says read more. Yep, press that.
Oh, we can read more then? Oh, nice. Let's go.
Yeah, it gives you a full rundown of all the candidates, gives you all the links and everything you need. So
nice.
So you can actually do your own research. You can check the tokenomics.
Nice. Yeah.
I know. Put on my glasses. Like, what?
I did read a tweet from Chaos. Chaos Emerald did a tweet saying that he read through the Monkey Dex tokenomics, and he reckons that it's pretty good.
Well, they're not going to win, so they gotta do something else.
Yeah, it's going to be like Sanctum, obviously, and I think it'll probably be between Uprock and
Nyan's Heroes.
Yeah.
But right
the
now,
Nyan thing looks cool, but gaming tokens just never do well. I never see them do well.
Yeah.
I did the pre-sale of Ori. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Or
any sort of like gaming, like
ORE.
Never works.
Are you saying ORE?
Ori, you know Ori?
Aurori.
Yeah, Aurori. The Aurori project.
Okay.
Aurori.
Okay, cool. All right, so so that's live. If you haven't voted, go vote.
Yeah, you got 2 more days, I believe.
Yeah, use your voting power. And again, on Jup Soul's been released. I gotta get some.
You know what I'm waiting for? There's going to be like gauge voting or bribes and stuff soon, where like say for example, Sanctum and somebody else was like neck and neck. What can happen is Sanctum can say, if you come and deposit your dupe with us, we will give you a bonus airdrop. So people will be like, all right, fuck it. And they'll deposit their dupe into Sanctum, and then Sanctum will then deposit into the dupe DAO and fudge the voting and vote for themselves to make sure they get through. And then in return, they just give the dupe. Like that happens. Like that in other changes, like bribing and gauge voting.
Of course.
I'm waiting for it to happen. Someone's got to build this platform out so that we can do bribes on dupe. Because, I mean, depending on how big the Solana ecosystem gets, and if LFG like Launchpad works really well, there could be a demand for gauge voting and bribes.
You're
so
killing me
I'm
with
keen.
these small things. All right, cool. Cool. So that's that. Drupso sounds cool. We don't have time to go through all of the pros and cons of it, but sounds cool. Go get some. Not financial advice. Drup releases Metropolis, which means that and I don't know, I didn't read fully about this, but it's basically that tokens come to market a lot faster. So it looks like, not that they're getting rid of the strict list, but you can have access to things that aren't on the strict list a lot faster with Drup now.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, like trading the full shit coins on Jupiter.
Yeah. So that's what Metropolis is.
Okay.
I'm neither here nor there with it. Like whatever. We have Bonkbot. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
think if you're using Jupiter to buy meme coins, you're a bit late.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be using a bot.
Yeah. Exactly. And speaking of bots, somebody was telling me that there's now a Telegram bot for trading runes.
Let's go.
I'm not up on the runes thing, but
I haven't been following runes either.
Huh?
I didn't think that happens until the halving, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't. But everybody's getting prepared.
The halving's when? Tomorrow or the day before?
Yeah, it's pretty serious. Yeah,
2 days.
Yeah.
2 days.
So I asked Bad Brothers, who's like Bitcoined out. I asked him like what. Well, I first asked him, is it the halving or is it the halvening? He said it was the halvening. And then I asked him, what do you wear for a halvening? Because it's my first one. And he said, you wear half the clothes that you usually do, and you make sure that there's one item that's orange.
All right. I've never heard that one.
Do you need something borrowed too? Like
No. Not that we all didn't notice it, but the congestion is gone. I only had one amber band all week. But they also have paused ore mining, which was a big contributor to the congestion.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's not the problem, but
well, that's what they're saying. Well, I mean, it's paused, so I know that there was an update, but also it's been paused, and people were saying that most definitely ore is part of the reason that there's so much congestion.
What does ore even do? Is it just another shitcoin that people can mine? Like, is it just?
You can mine it from your phone.
It's just another Ponzi, right? Like, it doesn't.
I think so.
Then just kill it. Just kill it. Then we don't need it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to another controversial topic. God hates crypto. We had an earthquake at NFT NYC.
No, he does not.
We had an earthquake at NFT NYC, and now all we're getting is pictures of people waiting around in knee-high dirty water.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, it's been max schadenfreude for me, because I've done nothing but laugh at these water pictures from Dubai.
It's pretty full on. I saw like a plane like going down the runway.
That was insane.
That was crazy. I was like, what?
That was crazy.
I mean, Honey's there, and did you read her experience?
I didn't think she was going.
It took her an hour to get to the it took her an hour. She wanted to go to the Emirates Mall, so it took her an hour to get a taxi to go to the Emirates Mall. Then when she was trying to get a taxi back from the Emirates Mall. It was impossible, so she started walking to the metro. When she got to the metro was closed. Then she started walking on a piece of highway and basically hitchhiked in the end because some people offered her a ride in the direction. Then she was on 3% phone. Then her phone died. Oh no, then when they dropped her off, she found a scooter. She's 3% phone trying to get, Google Maps her way back to her hotel. Then the phone died. Then she's carrying the scooter. Then she meets some tourists who help her with the Google Maps thing. And because she carried the scooter because I guess you can be put in jail if you just leave it on the side of the road or something. I don't know.
Jesus.
They have all sorts of stuff. So then, so then it's her, the scooter, ankle deep water the whole way, finally gets back to the hotel. It took her from like 7:30 to 12 a.m. to get back to the hotel from the mall.
Like a 6-hour
and she did something to her ankle and she's bruised. Oh, I felt so bad for her. But
Jesus.
And Deep hasn't been able to go to any of the events because they keep on like messing up his visa or something. He finally gets to Dubai, and I think he's an ambassador of this, and he's looking forward to that. And he ends up wading around in knee-high water yesterday or something. So it's really unfortunate, but like I did find it quite funny because I mean the whole reason they have all of this rain is because they do cloud farming there for rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they do cloud seeding.
They do cloud farming, so they throw salt in the clouds and stuff.
Yeah, to create the rain.
Like yeah. So it's unfortunate timing of it.
Yeah, too much salt.
Yeah, they need to. And then the government said if you'll be arrested if you post pictures of the storm. Any more pictures of the storm? They were trying to do some damage control. It was like, train's already left the station, guys. But good luck arresting people.
I think I don't know if anyone follows that little numpty on Twitch and shit, Neon.
No.
You ever seen that kid? Oh, he's so annoying. But anyway, apparently he's getting 12 months prison for streaming like when he was told not to.
They're not joking. They're not joking, man.
He kept doing it, so they arrested him, and apparently he's getting 12 months prison for it. So. Unless goes to court, I don't know how it works. But
no. There's no that. There is no. The guy's going to jail.
I kind of laugh.
He's a bit of a tosser anyway. That guy.
I can't stand him. I can't.
Yeah, the world should still turn around for 12 months. That should be fine. But it's a dictatorship anyway. Like it's
pretty nasty. I'm not a huge fan.
It's a kingdom, isn't it? It's still a kingdom.
Yeah, it's a kingdom.
So
although it is a good country. Like when I went there a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago, like it was such a cool place. It's if you're into crypto and business and entrepreneurship and stuff, like it's the place to be. Everyone's doing something. It's got such a good vibe. Like it was super safe. It didn't feel unsafe at all going there.
It's safe because if you do something,
you'll die.
You get your arms chopped off, or put in prison or something.
Same thing in the Salvador, right? Like the president is like putting everyone in jail if you are gang related or something. He put not half of the country, but like a huge amount of people in like max jail stuff. I know it's like I think it's the safest country in South America or something. Like he kind of works in a way.
Is that the country where they show isn't that the one that Tom Segura talks about where they shoot drug users on like site or something like that?
I don't know.
Something crazy.
Crazy.
Isn't the guy's name like Manalo Paragua? I don't know. Anyways, cool. So we are out of time. The last point on here, which wasn't that interesting, I was just kind of filling in the blanks, was Korean won surpasses USD as the top currency for crypto trading. Korean won.
Is that fake news or?
It was on a legitimate source.
I would not guess that.
That seems crazy because Korea is quite a bit smaller than USD.
Well, considering like
US.
I think the stats are like
You're in the
70 or
Chinese
80%.
one, yeah?
Huh?
Chinese one?
No, it was
Korean.
Korean won, they said.
Because isn't
Korean
China's
one.
No, there's WON. Yeah.
Oh, and the other one is Y.
QUAN, I believe. Isn't it? Isn't it Kwan?
YUAN.
Yeah,
Oh,
YUAN.
on
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Y. Yeah, okay, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, wow, that seems really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Korean
those
won.
Koreans apparently like their cryptocurrency. Or is it that is it some sort of dark web
Yeah, it could
backdoor?
Yes, it could be China like leverage South Korea to buy Bitcoin and use it as like
Price all the Americans out.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty crazy. Because I'm pretty sure like 70% of every financial transaction in the world is made up of the US dollar.
There is not
It's
enough
everywhere.
Korean to go over US dollar transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
welcome to a decentralized world and a borderless.
Maybe USD is losing its reserve currency.
Yeah,
Global
fuck them.
reserve.
Fuck the USD. Yeah. Oh, and have you seen Gary like fake resignation later?
Gary, is in
Gary
Gensler?
CC guy.
Gensler?
Yeah, Gary Gensler.
Oh,
Have you saw the tweet?
no.
Was it fake?
No, so it's not okay. So maybe it's
No, I don't know. I was just saying. Hopefully it is because that guy's a fucking wanker.
no. Okay, so maybe it's the way he.
I don't like his face, man. Something
No,
about his
it's annoying, bro. It's annoying.
like the
I
way
don't like
he
one of those
phrased shit.
guys, but his face annoys the shit out of me. He's got a really good cartoon character face. He'd make a really good cartoon.
Yeah, no
face.
way. Okay, so it's been an honor to serve as a SEC chair. Over the past 3 years, I've been firsthand how this incredible staff at the SEC serve investors and ensured alike. Yeah, my house, whatever.
A thread. As
So-
if he writes a thread. There's someone's taken over his thing for sure.
100%. Like,
Is he engagement farming?
bro,
Is he-
1.7 million, man.
Hey, first of all, if you're reading this, bookmark it so you can come back later.
And bro, and last tweet, and we are not done on our agenda for the equity market structure rules and additional cybersecurity. I'm not fucking leaving. Like, he could have put a fucking gift.
Oh,
but
I
like,
wish he hadn't done the whole fucking.
see, like, don't get us all woke up. So you resign. It's been taking out for 3 years. Yeah.
That's the best comment ever.
Like, how can you take? You could be like taken seriously when you fucking tweet shit like that.
Yeah.
I just actually find it funny that he wrote a thread.
A thread.
Oh, I feel like he's trying to get engagement for an airdrop or some shit.
No, yeah, he's getting money from Elon. He wants like the Elon's money.
He's going to hashtag block later. Hashtag block.
Silent quit, right? Yeah, it's that silent quit.
quiet.
He's going
quit.
to quiet,
Quiet
yeah,
quitting.
and he's going to bump his chest after. I'm not fucking leaving.
One of us.
Yeah, he's one of us. Yes, I can't wait for him to change his PFP to laser eyes.
Oh, can you imagine?
Fuck's sake, man!
Who was it that, no, did someone hack the SEC account, or was it his account that they hacked?
Yeah, how did this story end?
It was the
That's
SEC.
what they reckon. That's
Imagine
what
if they hack.
reckon.
They should try and hack Gary's and change into laser eyes. Fuck, it would be
That would be
hilarious.
fucking hilarious. Yeah. Right.
So bullish on Bitcoin.
Do you know like how the fucking like the tweet about the ETF ended? Like it was like intern that fucked up. Like what happened?
Yeah, that's what they reckon. Like,
Yeah, that's what they
It's-
say, right?
I reckon that's such a fucking load of bullshit. There's definitely some insider shit going on there.
Yeah, like Nancy Pelosi is the best trader ever.
Yeah.
That's another story.
She is.
Well, did you see the stat? Did you see the actual figures on her? Like, she earns. It was something like
Yeah.
the position that she's been in. She's made like over $200 million or something from investing. Where
What the fuck, man?
it's like her
It's like-
wage. In order to make that much money on the wage that she's on, she needs to work like multiple hundreds of years. Just to,
no, but all of them have a base of, this is how America works. All of them have a base wage, and then they take money from lobbyists, every single one of them.
Yeah.
So, like what they make from the government is one thing, but then they do all of this outside
All
shit
the
with
bribes
lobbyists.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and it's
Nice bribes.
it's they're not transparent about it, but everybody knows that's what's going on.
Regardless,
Everybody knows that's the game. Like you can even tell, like some like there's one guy that I know that he's a big pharma, like he's owned by big pharma, because whenever he's a pretty just person ordinarily, but anytime it's something to do with the pharmacological industry, he goes like completely dark, and it's like what's happening right now. Obviously he's owned by them. So no, the lobbying thing is crazy. It should be outlawed if we wanted a more fair system, but it's never going to be.
No, life isn't fair. Except in Dubai.
Well, I mean, it's not fair in Vietnam either, right? Well, I guess it is, if that's what you feel like is justice. The woman who got sentenced to death for real estate fraud. I was like, imagine being sentenced to death for real estate fraud in America. Like half of our Congress would be gone.
Yeah.
A couple people from the last administration would definitely be gone, including the president. Okay.
Have you seen what he has done? Like on Tuesday, he was bankrupt. Then he go like to a public market with the truth, and then he raised enough money to pay his fucking like a judge like a bail for the building and stuff, based on the value of the building that he said this building is worth like a tenth of the current value when he writes the taxes, and then he get money out of it and he pay for it, and then he's even richer than even before. Yeah,
that's what he's done his whole career. He's filed for bankruptcy on a Monday and been back in business on a Friday. He's done that his whole career, and then he's been in court all week, and he's like, oh, I can't show up to court. My son's graduating from high school or something. It's like, how many of your children's graduations have you actually attended? Let's figure that out. Anyways.
Last episode of Kardashians is on tonight, so
yeah, exactly.
It's good. He's good, and he will be president again.
Yeah,
maybe
he's better than fucking Joe Biden.
GG's. Yeah. Hey, Joe Biden has forgiven a lot of student loans, which have kept a lot of people in a modern day slavery. So he's done some good.
He can't string a sentence together, but
yeah, but you know what? Neither the other one can't really either. I mean, if that's where we're going on, like, I mean, I think personally, instead of term limits are, I guess, are good. I don't know. Fine, they're fine. But I think there should be an age limit, because, like, at a certain point, you're just not.
You reckon Joe can make it another 4-year term?
Huh?
I said, you reckon Sleepy Joe can make it another 4-year term?
I mean, I reckon the people he has behind him can make it another 4-year term. I don't know. I mean, the Sleepy Joe thing, like, I think that's deflecting from the whatever. But yeah, I don't know. He's being held together with Botox and I don't know, pharmaceuticals. So he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And strings. He looks like a puppet.
Yeah. Probably
he was pretty. They propped him up and I don't know if they gave him Red Bulls or whatever for the State of the Union. He was good.
I mean, maybe his son is his own dealer anyway, so there's that too.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, we are 16 minutes over the time, so maybe we'll.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Too much shit to talk about.
Yeah, and we're veering rapidly off course.
No.
I did have a bearish and bullish. It's not really repetitive.
Let's smash it out. Let's smash it out.
Okay.
There. Come on.
All right. So it's bearish and bullish, but it's token launches. Like we've had the same tokens where we've done it for the actual token. Now it's for the actual launch of the token. So bearish and bullish.
I didn't understand the question.
Don't fud my bags here.
No fud in my bags. Let's go, V. Just smash it out. We'll just
bearish and bullish. Sharky.
Bullish. Bullish, please. For my bag.
I mean, I got 200 USDC in free money. I'm bullish.
Bullish for my bag.
Yeah. Banks.
Bearish.
Bearish.
Super bearish, but I did make a decent bag off of that. Gito.
Bullish.
I'm neutral. I didn't get anything. I have no idea how it went. Jump.
Bullish. Super bullish.
W.
Neutral.
I'd say bullish for the token launch. Like
bearish. I didn't get my allocation.
Oh, okay.
Bring my digods on Sol, please. God damn it.
Bonk.
Bullish.
Okay.
Totally bullish. And Gecko, I can't actually remember how they launched, but I think I was bullish at the time.
If Gecko was an official Gecko coin, bullish, but it's not. It's a community thing. So, yeah, neutral.
Oh, we had the streams yesterday with FUD.
But it's about the launch. It's not about the coin dynamics. It's about the launch.
The launch was okay.
Yeah.
But they have to get attention again. It's hard.
They're not gonna. I'll tell you what. Most people are locked for a year, 6 months to a year, so they're not really gonna start pumping anything out till the 6 months. I don't think that's my belief. And the 6 months is
tomorrow.
Next month, I think. I think we hit the first 6 month round.
Okay.
Shit, is it? That come around.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think it was December. Maybe it was January. Maybe it's June, but it was early this year. I think it was late last year.
Cool.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Okay, guys. So if you are not following the professor, Denomics, Vincent Decoders, or myself, please do so. If you are not following Decoders or subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you have not watched quite a few of our videos, there's not just Skribr and Decoders, though I know that this is a top-rated show. There's other things, and now Vincent does a nightly half-hour show.
No, it's like right now. It's now. I'm filming like the daily recap with the community members, if they are paid subscribers.
Yeah. But it's a half-hour show. And
yes. It's like
it's after this.
Yes, it's like
right
in 10 minutes. It's like
okay. Yeah. Well, then you should stop talking.
Wrap it up, Pete.
Yeah. So
no, it's me. I have to go first during.
You can stop talking. Recap show is happening in 10 minutes if Vincent would stop talking. Yeah, just check it all out. And also, if you're not in the Skribr Discord, hop in there, ask questions. They're DeFi specialists. There's a tokenomics specialist. Ask all your questions. Come in. It's free. We're all pretty nice, as long as you don't talk to a guy called Poetry. All right. Great to see you all. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.
I said that.
Yeah, I know.
That's a wrap. To enjoy the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure to subscribe, like, and share the